They said it can be done. Are you a true warrior? The warring factions call you to service. Ah, yes, this. This is where you pick like a faction. I don't think it really matters too much. Unless you're into the PvP thing, I think there's other ways to help your faction other than PvP, but we're gonna pick the other faction than we picked last time. Oh, it looks like they're even. Before, I know the Crimson Legion was had more people, and I tried to join it just out of, just to try it. But let's actually talk to this guy, and they have like different like beliefs and all that, blah blah blah. So wait, which one is shit? Corellian Order. Yeah, I joined Crimson last time, so let's join the Corellian Order. So you get a uniform, but you don't really want to put it on because it's hostile to the Crimson Legion. So that means anyone who's wearing a Crimson Legion outfit can attack you. At least that's my understanding. I haven't paid that much attention to the PvP because honestly, PvP in MMOs, I don't really care that much. I'll usually do it a little bit, and I might go through phases where I want to do it for a while. But to me, it's mostly just a side thing. It's not something I'm going to spend a lot of time farting around with. So, but yeah, areas like this look great. This is the thing that kills me, and I've said this a ton of times in other MMO series I've done. But Asian MMOs generally look just fantastic. Like the graphical style I like much more than most Western MMOs, and that's not like a what's the term for like white boys who are big time into like Asian stuff? You know the term I'm thinking of, which is, but I'm not really into that whole thing. But if you look at other newer MMOs come out, like Elder Scrolls Online looks okay, but if you compare it to stuff like Terra and Final Fantasy 14 and this, like those games in general look better. Now of course there's exceptions, like Guild Wars 2 looks pretty good. But generally, I think this art style is really nice. I could do without the race of 12-year-old girls that every one of these games seems to have. There's always that race that's looks like a bunch of 12-year-olds, but actually isn't. They're actually thousands of years old or whatever nonsense they come up with to justify it. And then there's always the furry race, of course. I don't quite get that.
You're the one from the Hung Moon School. What an honor. It's great to finally meet you. I'm Gong Samsik. You have a letter for me? Ha! This is normally Doden's job. Oh well, you're a pleasant surprise all the same. This is a supply request. The mayor's in charge of that, not us. I wish I could go find him and hand this over. He and Bumbak went to the abandoned well to investigate the water shortage. There were some black ram in the area, so I told him not to go. What a noble man. Still, he's probably not as strong as he seems to think he is. Unfortunately, we can't spare anyone right now. Would you kindly check up on him before you head back to town?
Would you kindly go do this? Yes, of course I will.
True student of the Hung Moon Arts.
Cat Eye. I hope it's the kitty cat telling me how awesome I am. Actually, I don't remember. Seems like I heard that voice when I was playing my Kung Fu Master 2. Oh, this is the one where she's got some guard that's, or some bandit kept looking at her. She chased him down, but then she found some notes that he wrote about her, so she wants us to investigate. Let's see. Oh yeah, Guac Shield guy is running around. So we need to find like some way to cure the poison, basically, because you got the guy that we saved and healed. Now he's running around like a dumbass, of course, and he is going to die. So we have to get this poison and all this for him to cure him. Oh, we also got a Way of the Summoner message, if I could get my mouse. Oh, by the way, in this game, as you probably have noticed, there's no cursor. It's because it's an aiming type thing. There's no cursor, just moving the mouse moves the camera around. To change that to get a cursor, you can either hold Alt and then the minute you let go, the mouse cursor goes away. Hitting escape will also bring it up. It also brings up your basic menu here, but now you can like, mouse over stuff without having to hold a key or anything like that. Oh, I was gonna read this message. To the pretender who claims to be a member of the Hongmoon clan. You are a liar. All the Hongmoon students were killed in Jun Sung's attack. Your lies bring shame upon Master Hong and will not go unpunished. I challenge you to meet in the abandoned cave. It is there we shall see if you're truly one of Master Hong's students. P.S. Once you set foot in my lair, there's no turning back. If you have other business in the abandoned well, do it first. So every class gets these series of quests. Like in each new kind of, I don't know what kind of clever word I could use, but each section, like for example, if you look at the map here, this series of quests, all of them are done in this area, right? So for each like little quest area, there's going to be a step of the class quest, and basically all it does is teach you the combos. So if you haven't like figured it out on your own, the game does a good job of saying, hey, here's how to do some of your bread and butter combos, right? So for example, like if I had some kind of follow-up to my route, it would show me how to do that. Get in there, kidding. See how much she, damn, tears it up by herself. I didn't need to cast anything, which these are of course low level enemies. We got the diary entries we needed for that one quest. What level are these guys? And you target things just by highlighting them. And level 4. We're like level, yeah, we're level 4, I think. So we got to gather herbs. And we got to, okay, kill these guys for whatever reason they're carrying this other stuff. I like the animations of the bags falling down. They have the neutralizer, that's right. Yeah, I imagine, you know, the cat won't do that much damage later on, but right now it's amusing to me just to watch the cat do all the damage. Yeah, and I could see, as far as the UI goes, I could see that once you kind of get used to the flow of things, not having to do the UI that much, and a lot of people might not need that, but I use that little rose thing. I don't think I needed to there. The F ability. I'm also bad about learning the names of abilities. I'm going to try to get better about that. Alright, so we need to kill these. But it's interesting to see the way that they did the, like, the way your hotkeys change based on the scenario. So, for example, on my Kung Fu Master, when like normally the number 1 key is like just a very like a basic block. However, if I actually jump on top of an enemy because I've knocked them down, I can't really block anymore. So 1 actually changes to a headbutt that does light damage and heals you. Things like that. It's pretty cool to see how that changes. And you can configure all that, it looks like, from the key configuration. So if you don't like the way it's set up by default, you can manually go in and change it. So we need to kill one more of these. The cat just destroys everything. Just like a real cat. Man, if we were fighting on the top of shelves, this cat would do immense damage. Just push them all off the side as they fall to their deaths. In case you didn't get that reference. I don't know why the cat's warping all over the place. Maybe it's having a hard time keeping up. I'm not sure. Alright, thank the gods. You saved his life. Alright, here's the guard. Tell her basically the note we found was that he really had the hots for her, and she's like, no thanks, I'm not really into the whole pirates guys thing. So she's glad he's dead. More medicine. Yes, he's the weak guy. He's recovered fairly quickly though. He's thankful, as he should be. Not in the way he should be thanking me like more than paying a few copper. It's always funny, like with these quests at the beginning of the game, they try to build it up like you're doing some major heroic task, like, oh, thank you, you stopped these level 2 pirates that, you know, we couldn't have done anything about. And then but like, here's 2 copper. It's like, really? Like, you're gonna give me, I did the same exact mistake when I played the Weapon Master. But Oh, nice effect with the bats there. Now this type of thing is where you really start to chunk as far as your like frame rate. Like when it's trying to load a bunch of stuff at once, it really starts to poop the bed. And it's actually doing alright now that I've said that, so I don't look like an asshole. Alright, so I think this is the only other quest we have. Also, this game is good about, for caves, there's actual maps. A lot of other MMOs don't do that. And ignore that warning message. It's not really a big deal.
So, Captain Dochin sent you. How considerate of him. You've done so much. You didn't have to come all the way out here. Ah, he's worried. I'm not as weak as I look. I'm not worth the trouble. But thank you all the same. What? Oh no, my mistake. I must have the wrong well. These maps are so old. I didn't know this place was full of pirates. There doesn't even seem to be any water in this well. We should get out of here. I'm sorry to have troubled everyone. I'll head back now. Worry not. I'm certain even an old man like me can find his way home.
Alright. You know, there's actually supposed to be another quest in here that I must have missed. There's supposed to be one down there. Shit, we might end up having to come back. So yeah, we need to come down here and go around. That's fine. If that's the case, I'll just cut that part out, most likely. Let's go ahead and root both of these people. Damn. You guys really are getting destroyed pretty quickly. Yeah, ignore that message. I think what they mean is, like, we can't go back out this way once we've gone into the training room. I don't quite understand why that is. It doesn't make a lot of sense. That little thing, that warp over there, will actually allow us to go back to the beginning of the cave. So it's not like the entire cave is locked up. It doesn't make a heck of a lot of sense. Show me your truly of the moon attack. Okay. Get wrecked. My cat's gonna whip that ass. Use ankle biter to knock down, and the C to strike a combo. Oh, okay. Knock down. There we go. Okay, so I guess the hammer actually does more damage. And we need to do that 3 more times, or 2 more times. Huh. It's actually not resetting the cooldown. So normally when you do these, if your abilities have a cooldown and they're trying to show you a specific combo, they'll have the cooldowns come back immediately. It's not for this for some reason. Alright, so while we wait, let's look at the hammer. I don't really see how that's much of a combo. It's not saying like it's doing extra damage. Maybe it's doing that. Maybe that's where that bleed's coming from? I don't know. There you go. Ah, damn it, too late. Ugh. I don't know if the cooldown was still going or what. Alright, we'll wait for it this time. There we go. I wonder if it's because of a pet ability.
For a Hong Moon rookie. Still confused, little cricket? It's me, Brother Hachun! Surprise, right? The mountains I had to move to get this far. Whew. It would take us all night and then some to talk about my heroics. And you've been pretty busy with the hero stuff too.
You laugh at your own statements a little bit too much there. Alright, don't act surprised. It takes a lot more than a couple jerks and a black snakeskin to take out a Hajun. I'm a ghost, blah blah blah. Good to see you. We got a lot of work to do. We got to figure out how to beat that one mean lady in the black. So basically saying what I said before about how there's going to be several areas where the game kind of says, hey, go to these training areas, learn how to do basic combos like, you know, we just theoretically did. I don't quite get how that's a combo, but you can exchange your prestige points for faction contribution points for a prestige exchange merchant. You can also use them to buy items from faction merchant. I like loading screens that are actually useful, that give tips, because especially in MMOs, and especially as they get older, they tend to get significantly more complex. Like there's 10 different kinds of currencies that you have to learn and all that junk. But let's go turn this in. Where's that? What the hell? There's a quest back at Bamboo Village? Let's go turn that in, and then off camera I'll run over there and we'll grab it. That way you gotta wait while I run over to get it. And hope the game doesn't crash. The game's bad about crashing when I start and stop recording sometimes. Come on.
Our mayor returned safely. Thank you so much. You're really pulling your weight with all this help. Dodan and Namsoyu are here too. I think they want to talk to you. Please tell them to return to Bamboo Village when they're done. Well, honestly, Namsoyu has no training and can't fight. She shouldn't be out here. I told her to stay away, but she said she was running messages for the mayor. I don't understand what the mayor's thinking. Why is he sending the captain's daughter on dangerous errands? Every week, she comes here and sends out carrier pigeons. Then, at least 4 guards insist on escorting her back. It's so much trouble. If something happens to her, Dochin will kill us. Please ask her to return to Bamboo Village immediately.
He's talking about weapon repair, the way that works. Basically, the way that works is you have to use repair kits that are appropriate level for your weapon level, and find a fire of some kind. Like this conveniently placed campfire. You'll notice that my F key changes to repair. I have 63 as 65, so it doesn't really need it, but we have to do it for the quest anyway. So we need to read this letter now. Make sure to pay attention to what level your weapons are. You'll just waste money inventory space if you hoard a bunch of repair tools you can't use. Stop, Caddy. You make a really weird noise. Alright, let's go speak with Dodan. By the way, the mayor seems incredibly suspicious to me. Just saying.
Time. I have an assignment for you in the cemetery. That's right. You're practically in the guard now. What an honor. Yigan is waiting for me at Foshi Pyres. Tell him I sent you. No, tell him that the captain told me to tell you to go on my behalf. This is an important mission. You trust me, right? Get going immediately, and don't ask any questions. Just do what I said.
God, he's such a little bitch.
Goodness, I'm so sorry. Please forgive Dodan for that. Dodan has asked Papa for a real mission for months. So, Dochen ordered him to assist the guard at the Foshi Pyres. He's just too scared. Dodan's always been superstitious. Honestly, I don't see what the big problem is.
Dodan's always been a huge pussy.
Papa would be furious if he found out. Knowing Dodan, he'll probably hide until you finish the job. I can't believe Dodan ran away.
She's slamming on him.
Please, can you help him with this assignment? He must feel so embarrassed. I don't know the details, but Dochin only asks if it's important. Please check on what's happening in the cemetery.
Or if it's too... Well, Dochin's fine. Whoa. Hello. She's like, oh God, I'm blinded with your damn leveling wings. Alright, so we didn't get any new abilities that time. Oh, there's a new quest. Need a volunteer. According to Anonymous, Blackroom Pirates. Oh, okay, this is where he's like, seems like these pirates and this other group are kind of working together, even though I can't be too sure of that. Who is it? Oh, you. Oh, this is the lady who had the pirate guy who was digging her. And beyond filthy bandits, putting them to the sword. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, right. She wants him to deliver something to a blind guy. Right. So, I'm going to actually, because I can't help myself, I'm going to run back to... Well, actually, you know, let's go pick these berries first real quick. And then I'm going to run off back to the bamboo village and pick up that quest that I apparently missed. I'm wondering if that quest leads back into the cave. Oh no! Kitty, murder it. Good job, Kitty. Alright, so did we get the berries? Yes, we did. Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna head on back and we'll grab that quest most likely. Is it still there? Yeah, okay. And I'll see you then. Alright, found the NPC here. Chulwan. Damn them physics. Full of namby-pamby softies. Well, I keep attacking. Guan Chulsu's worthless. Treasury fun kid. Never worked a day in his life. Oh, that's right. She's trying to get this guy to... basically, she's got this scheme where she gets him to join the army by putting... Like, I don't know how she thought this was going to work. Basically, she forged a letter saying, oh, he's in the army now. So somehow she thinks, like, if they get that letter, they go, oh, we need to go grab this guy because he signed up for this. I don't know. It doesn't work, as you might imagine, as you would probably hope it wouldn't. But, alright, so we'll go do that quest real quick. I think we do have to go back into that cave or into the abandoned well, but we should be able to knock that out fairly quickly. Because I do see the quest marker is up at the top left there. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this series so far. I plan on doing more videos on Blade and Soul. Now the betas, or alphas actually technically, are only open for a short time. Like this would end on Monday. So I'm going to get as much time in as I can. But yeah, I'm definitely interested in hearing you guys' feedback. So here's the guard. He's going to be like, oh, this is ridiculous. I know this is a whole thing. By the way, go into the cave and kill some stuff. I don't really know how that quest ends up going this route. It didn't make a lot of sense to me. This game does have issues with hanging on things, like the edge of objects sometimes. Like, I don't know if you saw there, where I just kind of ran along the side of a rock and got hung. Where I really should have, like, just bounced off or something like that. But, no, I guess you don't really take that much damage if you fall down here. Yeah, not much. Alright, we'll go in here and try to blast through this. But, yeah. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series so far. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. You know, I don't know that much about the game. I'm looking into learning about it. But, obviously I can only tell you what I know. I'm going to try, I'm going to try to cover multiple classes, at least up to, you know, 15-ish or so. You know, try to cover different play styles and all that. But obviously, you know, the monk, I keep wanting to call it a monk. The Kung Fu Master is the one that so far is most interesting to me. Damn, doing a lot of damage at this level, without question. Though these guys now really are level. One interesting thing, he was talking about the lantern imps before, to kind of show you how this works. These enemies, when they die, they're basically, their bodies become a weapon. So now I can pick this up and I can throw this enemy, and it does a lot of damage. I thought it stunned too, but it doesn't stun. It doesn't look like. So we're going to actually send you in, and then root them so they can't move. Knock them down. Then hammer slam. Even the back of the hammer has a little paw on it. Isn't that ridiculously adorable? The answer is, of course, yes, it does. Alright, we got plans and a whole lot of other stuff, too. These chests... Some of these chests are supposed to, like, open, but you need keys. Well, I have keys. And I've never get an option to actually open these things. I can't attack it in any way. What does Z do? I think this might be new. Huzzah! Familiar recovers 20% hit points for 5 seconds. Upon 11% or lower hit point, unable to transfer hit points. Oh, I guess I use my... Oh, okay. I transfer my health to the cat. But you can't kill yourself with it. Boo. Well. Huh. I don't know. Somebody else mentioned they could open the chests, but I've never found the chest anywhere in game that I could actually open. So I don't quite understand how that's supposed to work. But anyway, let's head on back out. So yeah, see, now that place is blocked off. But I wouldn't need to go back there because the only quest that's in there is your class training quest. So I don't quite understand the, like, banging on about the warnings about, oh, make sure you're done with everything because you'll never be able to come back. I thought it was saying this entire cave got locked off, but apparently that's not the case. But anyway, going back to what I was saying before, definitely leave questions if there's specific things you want to see. Current plans, I'll probably show a little bit of PvP, not a whole lot though. Somebody asked in one of my other videos, why didn't I put my Legion outfit on? As I talked about before, pretty sure that flags you for PvP with the other faction, and I don't want to be bothered with that. I want to just focus on learning the game, learning the classes and all that, advancing. So I didn't really want to fiddle with that. That's why I'm not putting on that outfit. This game is very outfit based, it seems. Alright, we got that. We got another shield shard thing, or soul seal shard. We'll go ahead and put this one in. It binds it to us, that's fine. I'll be trading these with anyone else. And again, I've only really got the one guard training. I haven't got any others. This little icon indicates the one that's currently installed. N shows that like a new item that I just got. So we got 2 of these. We'll just leave what we got, because we're going to get a full set very shortly in the next quest area. Spoiler alert. But yeah, it looks like we're going to need to go ahead and run on to the next section. I don't think this game has mounts. I think that's kind of the point of the whole sprint. The whole sprint and glide thing. And at some point, I think you can actually glide faster, because right now, as I talked about before, when you glide, it's very slow. I think you can actually upgrade that later. Sorry, my real life cat is being incredibly annoying. Alright, let's move on over here to our next big quest hub. In fact, this quest hub up here is just about as far as I've gotten. We're going to, if we can get over here, we'll help kill Stanger. Nope, Stalker, Jungshai, but it's too late. We'll talk about him in just a little bit. He's a special enemy. Somebody speaking in what appears to be German. And chat, I haven't been paying any attention to chat, by the way. I don't even know why I have the window open, to be honest, because I'm paying absolutely no attention to what's going on. So this is a special type of quest. You'll notice the icon here. There's like a blue arrow, but there's also like an infinity sign. That means that, from what I could tell, it's a daily quest, because I've logged back in the next day with my Kung Fu Master, and this quest was available again. So let's talk to this person. I know if you're here to make fun of me, you're going to have to get in line. The Stalker Jiangshi happened. I tried to take the charm off its forehead. It didn't like that. It came at me with its claws. It smelled like egg noodles and rotten teeth in my grandmother's closet. When it struck me, I felt like I aged 50 years. I screamed so loud that all the mangy wolves roaming the hillside howled in response. Some of the guards think I'm a coward, but I don't see any of them lining up to dance with the Stalker Jiangshi. You're the only one here who has the courage. Can you please get the charm off the Stalker? Once we have the charm, we can figure out the end of its nightmare. One cool thing that I've noticed as well, a lot of quests give chests that you can open and get random items out of. When you hover over it, it will often actually tell you what you can get. So if I hover over this Viridian chest, it shows everything that you can get. The percentage items, I think, means just you get a lower percentage chance of getting that. That's all I can reference. You'd think there'd be a number in there, but there's not. This also is important. The Stalker weapons, which again we will talk about in a bit. Go ahead and accept this quest. We'll go ahead and grab the other quests in here as well. This guy wants me to kill the bloody Jiangshis. And also, I think he wants me to burn them as well. Oh no, he wants me to collect the charms from these little creatures that we're going to find here. Here's the blind man On. We give him the berries, and he talks about, you know, oh, don't pamper me and treat me like this just because I'm blind. And then this is Blind Man Sim. A lot of blind folks around, it looks like. This guy's like pissed off. I don't need your damn berries. I can deal with myself here. And he wants to basically move to Steelbrook where the monks are. So he wants us to kill the wolves that are in the way and apparently dangerous, even though they don't actually attack. So the wolves are more scared of you than you are them. Stop picking your ears. It's disgusting.
What do you want? Really? You're not even from the guard. Does Captain Dochin really think one of the bamboo guard is a spy? I thought he trusted us. No. What? Forget about it. Let's get to it. Since you're already here, I have some work for you.
Here's the situation. I was blindsided that someone nabbed the guard's supply of gunpowder. I never even saw the bandit's face. All I remember is that creep Soji. He didn't help me. He ran as soon as I was smacked over the head. I'm sure he knows. When I asked, Soji laughed at me. He said he'd tell me what happened, but only after I did him a favor. I'm still feeling lightheaded from the attack. I'd do the favor myself, but I could pass out.
Of course.
Since you're filling in for Doden, do his job and talk to Soji. If he gives you any trouble, call me over and I'll rough him up.
Why don't you do that now?
It's time for the second training session. Read the letter.
Okay, so again, this is the training class thing. We got to read the message. Grasshopper, let's begin with your training. There's a training room deep inside the bandit lair. I'll be waiting for you there. P.S. Yes, I could have had the training session outdoors in a safe area, not surrounded by murderous bandits. Consider this part of the training. Smiley face emoji. Great. Emoticon, I guess. Emojis are different. I can't keep up with you kids anymore. Alright, so this person is suspecting a union between the Dusk Adders and the Black Rams, I think it is. So he wants me to investigate, so we will do so. And let's go talk to this guy who's apparently on the same team, but it's like, no, I'm not going to help you find our missing supplies. Which seems totally douchey.
I saw you conversing with Egon. Could it be true that the big brute is scared of me? Do you really want to know who stole that precious, precious crate? The deal's the same as before. I need a favor first. It's a public service, really. It's as natural as breathing or dying. I just need you to burn a few corpses.
Oh, this is the guy who wants me to burn the corpses. The other one just wanted me to get charms off the bodies.
This is the ultimate charity, because souls are eternal. Imagine being stuck in this nightmare of a world forever, suffering. Cremation helps souls move on to the spirit realm where they can rest. Ah, if only we could all be so lucky. You've seen the poor bloody Jiangshi, I'm sure. They suffer. Imagine being stuck like that in this forest, unable to speak or move properly. That's your task. Subdue these poor souls and cremate their bodies. Are you scared? Can you handle the touch and stench of death? What'll it be, warrior? You seem comfortable with killing. Can you handle the cleanup? Careful, wouldn't want to get burned, would we?
Viscera Cleanup Blade and Soul Edition. Alright, first of all, let's go do this boss, because this is pretty important. We want to kill him a few times if at all possible. Let's go ahead and get in on this action. Gonna root his ass. If it works. Cat ain't got a town. How's the, okay, you can see the kitty's hit points, or kitty's hit points at the bottom. Ah, damn it! Right as I do that. All right, so Stalker Jiangshi, as you can tell, is a bit tougher enemy. We got the item that we need. We're actually going to go do that quest right now. Actually, that worked out. We killed one of those on accident. So we're going to head on back immediately, because we have to anyway to burn this body. But we want to kill Stalker Jiangshi as many times as we can, because even though this quest is only doable once a day, it drops, he drops items that we can use to turn in to get other random items. Now we don't need to do that forever, but it's good to do it, you know, at least a few times to get some items, as you'll see here. Let's go ahead and talk to. So this is the one we killed him for. So she's going to give us 2 chests. All right, now let's go ahead and look at our items. So we get this chest. This is the reward you get for the daily. So we're going to right click it, see what we get. We got a healing potion, which is the worst thing you can get. Unfortunately, it's also the most common, which, you know, I guess you kind of expect that. We'll open up our soul shield inventory, because we got a new one, didn't we? No, we did not. Okay, never mind. So to open this, we have to have a key, which we do. Now, if you notice, when we open this up, we've got key, Hongmoon key. I wonder if maybe this is the type of keys you need to open the chests that are in the world, as opposed to Hongmoon key. Maybe that's what's causing the problem I talked about before, where I couldn't open the chest. Anyway, you can also use a Brilliant Viridian key. This will open this will make sure that when I open the chest, the class I get is, or the item I get is class specific. For me, like it'll in my class, and again, this will make a little bit more sense later on. But let's just use a regular one for now because it's the only time we have. And we got a Stalker Staff. This is actually perfect. This is exactly what we need to do an upgrade later on. Let's check one thing. I want to see if I can upgrade my weapon right now. We can. So we can use the Steel Stone Axe because we can't even use axes. You can see it's Destroyer only, which is a different class. Let's go ahead and evolve. So we got a little bit of experience. We can also use the Sealed Stalker Staff, but I do not want to do that right now. We want to keep that. I'd rather keep that because we need that for further upgrades. So now, you probably noticed we also got these items. Stalker Jiangshi's Essence. So you take those, and there's these Wheel of Fates. You use those to spin the wheel and get an item. So this guy got a Stalker Shield 3-pack. I'm going to just do this over and over to get all the items. Another Soul Shield pack. That's what you'll usually get. Lock Stalker Weapon. Again, and to kind of explain how that works, you can upgrade your weapons like we talked about before by using other weapons and other items to basically feed your weapon and level it up. At some point you get to a section where your weapon has a breakthrough possibility. Now to do the breakthrough you have to use a special item. That's where the Stalker weapons come in. You have to use a Stalker weapon that's been unlocked for your specific class. So of course I have to use that staff. That's why I'm holding on to this Stalker Staff, because I need that to do a breakthrough on an item once I hit level 5, I think that it is. So we have 2 locked Stalker weapons in here. Let's go ahead and open those up, because we want to use those to upgrade our current weapon so that it's doing more damage. Stalker Staff, I'm going to move it because I'm afraid, well, I'm not going to break it. So let's shift left click. Let's feed this a few more items. Stalker Sword. We're not a Stalker, so... Or, I keep getting that confused with what it actually is. And it'll tell you if you get confused again. Right there, it shows you which class can use it. So let's do that. And we'll go ahead and add the Lyn Blade as well. And you can see here, we're almost to the breakthrough. Yes, that's fine. So we're just about to the breakthrough. So you can start to see where the breakthrough matters here in a bit. So hopefully I explained that at least partially enough that you understand it, so I didn't screw up the explanation. So now we have these Stalker Soul Shield packs. Let's go ahead and open them, which is nice because we can open them all at once. We're about to get a flood of these shield things in here. So now we can go in here. Those things are all Stalker Soul Shields. And again, of course, you get additional benefits from using the same type. So we're just going to put those in there. And as you'll see here, it starts to form a picture, like a more cohesive picture. We're actually missing one piece. But now when we hover over it, not only are we getting the benefits that the individual pieces give us, we also get the set effects. So our accuracy is increased by 2, and our crit is also increased by 3. As far as the rest of these that we don't really want, we can go ahead and just break those down. Nope, cancel that. I actually want to left click and pick salvage. And almost always things will break down into broken piece. You can sell those for like 1 copper a piece. They also, even unbroken, they also only sell for 1 copper piece. I'm going to break down all of these. I've been keeping some of them on my Kung Fu Master, but it's not really been worthwhile. So only once I broke down like 20 of these things, and only once have I gotten anything but junk. So apparently the good stuff you can get are incredibly rare, at least at this low level. And we'll go ahead and sell these real quick, and we'll go right back to questing. Hiya! Yep, hurry up. Sometimes you have to hit like F several times. I think it just doesn't like you moving while you're trying to talk to them. We can sell this too. We can't feed this. I think this is because it's a low level weapon. Can't really feed it. All this other stuff we don't really need. So we'll go throw this into the bank real quick. Inventory space hasn't really been a problem so far in the game. Only a few times have I really ran into a case where I was like really running out. So this is for a quest. I don't know what quest it is. We'll throw this in there too so we don't accidentally mess it up. It has an auto sort, which is nice. So the first thing we're going to do, and this is usually what I do whenever I'm doing these quests, I come back over here and I help kill this guy again, just to get more of those things. And we can kill other enemies while we wait, which we don't want to kill those because we have to carry their bodies back. So we're going to actually hold on that. And you'll probably also have noticed that this little mini boss guy over here, he spawns really quick, like 3 to 5 minutes, so he must have just got killed. But you'll also notice that even though I came in late, I still got some credit for the kill. Let's see if we can't trip him up. There he goes. You get credit based on how much damage you do, and every class is DPS, and that's not something I've really talked about yet. Every class is DPS. There is no like support healer in the game, which is quite interesting. So you might wonder like how the hell is this gonna work? Nice. So let's see how many we got this time. We got 4. 4 to 5 is the most I've ever gotten. So now we're gonna go clean up wolves, and we're gonna hang around this area so that when he respawns, we'll be there. But as I was starting to say before, I got in there late, but I still got items. On the mini bosses, you can still get items even if you aren't the first there. It's all based on, like, you know, did you do any damage? Did you help at all? Damn, those things just die so fast, it's insane. Trying to find one more wolf. Oh, there's one. You can't seem to do the regular attacks in the air. Oop, or, yeah, while we're in the air. Have to land first. That's alright, we're going to keep looking for wolves while we wait. Efficiency at all times. The other thing, you can't really get a whole lot of like super useful gear from these tokens that you get from the Stalker. Let's see if we can't trip him. Nope, he resisted it. Oh, that time he went down. That person's over there is lifting. Another thing that's important to note, which we won't really see it with right now, I don't think, but sometimes, as I talked about before, sometimes certain abilities are only available if an enemy is under a specific effect. For example, you might only be able to grab an enemy, do a grab ability, while that enemy is knocked down on the ground. Now, of course, you might have a knockdown ability, but your teammates might as well. So you'll get these pop-ups so that if somebody else does, say, a knockdown, it'll say like, oh, hit space to use this ability, which, you know, triggers off of that. Oh, we got 5 that time. Nice. Oh, let's go ahead and get this wolf. And we'll go ahead and knock this guy out real fast, because if we hurry, which of course now we're taking forever to kill this guy. Pick that item up. And if we hurry, we can actually go burn this corpse and then come back. One thing I really hate about using the wheel, like the wheel of chance, is that it's shared. So if somebody else is using it at the time that you're trying to use it, you have to wait for them. It's really irritating. It's like, I don't quite understand why they did it that way. It seems kind of a goofy way to do it. But let's hop on back down here. And what do you know? He's back up again. Let's try to trip him. There we go. Use the hammer. I'm going to try to root his ass and just hit him with all the bees in the world. We're out of focus, so now we're going to use the flower thing to build it back up. Go back to the bees. The bees do a pretty handy amount of damage. Alright, let's trip again with the cat. And then hammer. There we go. Obviously right now there's not a ton of abilities that we're going to get, we don't have access to, or that we have access to. Because we're only like, level, like what, 6? So yeah. So you'll see a lot of repetition to start with, but that does improve later on. Okay, we still got more wolves to kill. God damn. You still can't quite get over how quickly we're able to murder everything. Even the root did a ton of damage. I'd like to get one more wolf before we go up there, because we could turn that quest in. before we go burn another body. Which we can also do the burning body things on the way back, right? Go do the other quests, and then once we're ready to come back to camp to turn in, we can just kill one of these guys. Talk to Blind Man, because we got the wolves. The bandit hideout we're not going to do yet. Collect charms from Bloody Jingshai. Okay. Well, let's just go ahead and just finish this up, I guess. Because the same bodies that we need to burn are the ones we got to carry back. So we'll just go ahead and do this. Turn in the wolf quest to the other blind person. And then, I don't think they give us any new ones, but we can also turn into the wheel, I guess. There's 2 wheels, luckily, so you don't have to wait on people as bad. Most people go to the one that's right by the camp there, so it's better just to go to this one. And even if you're by yourself, you still have to wait a few seconds to use it again. It's a bit irritating. So it's not only have to wait on yourself, if somebody else is using it, you have to wait on them as well. I don't quite get that, but also looting blue items, even from this, it tells you, you know, oh, to do this, it's going to bind it to you. Well, nobody else can pick it up anyway. So it's really no point of asking that question, but it is what it is. How many more of these do we have? Wow, 6 more. Jeez, we got more than I thought we did. But yeah, I haven't done any group content just yet. I definitely want to try it. I'm going to be interested to see how it's going to work with no healers. I mean, there's sort of a tanks. The Kung Fu Master and I think like the blade person or the swordsmith, something like that. I think they also can tank. But yeah, I'm curious to see how the group dynamic works without like a real support to fall back on. At least there's nobody to blame when you die. Well, there'll still be people to blame, of course. But first, let's check what goodies we got. I like this game's really good about stacking. Even items that you can right-click and use, which a lot of MMOs aren't good at stacking, they actually do stack here. So, for example, you can see I have 4 items that are the Soul Stalker Shield 3 packs. So, and I can open them all at once. I love little quality of life stuff like that. Alright, so we're gonna, this is a, what was that, a 5-pack or something? Alright, so we got 1 8-pack. So this is what I was saying earlier, where we're going to fill out this Soul Shield. Here we go. This is the last piece we needed. And as you can see now, we have the 8 set effects, and we got an achievement, the Way of the Jingshi. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, but we also get all the benefits and all that. So all this other crap we can break apart, which I'll do that here real quick. Really no point on keeping all this junk around. As far as other maybe general questions you might have, again, obviously feel free to ask anything in the comments section and I'll do my best to answer. Keep in mind, you know, I've sort of followed this game, but I haven't watched it like in depth. So this alpha weekend is the first time I've really had a chance to get into it. But a lot of people always ask, and I don't really, to be quite frank, I never quite understand why people ask this. They ask, oh, well, are people from the closed beta going to get, or, you know, keep their characters, and are they going to, like, be able to lock a name in from being in the alpha? Because even if you have the Founders Pack, which, by the way, the Founders Pack is really the best way to get a chance to get into the early alphas and early betas. I think the beta for Founders, for all Founders, starts October 30th, by the way. And I do have a link to the Founders Pack stuff in the description below the video if you want to check out the pricing and all that. But anyway, going back to what I was saying, I've never been in an MMO beta, at least an early beta, where you got to keep your characters when they went live. I can't think of a single one that did that. So you can pretty much assume any beta that you're in is going, your character is going to be, all progress will be deleted. Unless, I mean, the only exception is like an early access type thing, like say you pre-order the game or you buy the Founders Pack and you get a 3-day early access. That's different. That's not a beta anymore. You just got early access, right? So yeah, I don't pretty much assume anytime there's a beta like this for an MMO, you're going to lose the characters, and that's the way it should be, right? I don't think they should be able to get like this big of an advantage. Obviously, even just the information you gain from playing the beta is a big advantage, right? Because now, because I'm going to play multiple classes, I can fly through these intro quests no problem because I know exactly what's going on. Alright, so you'll notice here, we actually got 3 fusion powders, which is more than I've gotten on my other character, and I've broken more apart. I think you use it for, like, it says transmutation and shield fusion. I haven't found a reason to use it yet. The game's been fairly good about telling you what you need, like what this stuff is for. If not a little bit slow on it, like sometimes I'm kind of ahead and already figured it out myself, and then the game's like, oh, this is how you use this. And I'm like, oh, well, I already knew that, but thank you. So let's open this up. We need one more weapon. Of course, we get another staff. I don't really... I'd rather not use it. Even though we've already got a staff, just in case, I'm going to leave it there. So let's go ahead and add the Lyn Blade. Evolve. It's going to give me a warning. Yes. So now we're at breakthrough available. Now this is where it gets a little tricky. So my amplifier needs to be the stalker item. And this will be class specific. So since I am a summoner, it has to be the staff. But however, notice you can't use it. We also need this high quality crafting material, which is its own pain to get. But here's the problem. You'll notice it says here that I have to right click it open because it's sealed. Well, to unseal it, I need an unsealing charm. So I tried to find out where those come from. You can buy them in the auction house from other players, but apparently they also can drop from dungeons and things like that. So they sound like they're going to be kind of a pain in the arse to get. We'll see for sure, but it seems like an important aspect of the game, so we'll need to find out at some point.
Well done. You handled those corpses like a professional. You're listening to me closely, aren't you? It's my turn to talk. The bamboo guards were attacked by the Dusk Adders. They cut, stole, and ran. Isn't that just like the living? I keep my word. Lying is for the living, and I only work with the dead. Go get your revenge. Leave people like me to clean up the rest. You better tell Yigan. I'm certain he's aching to give you an order. Ha! Hope he's paying you well. It's so hard to find reliable help.
Oh, hell yeah, I'm getting paid damn good. He's probably going to give me at least 3 copper. I would hope. Man, I'm going to retire.
It's a shame I have a headache, or I would have done it.
Well, of course,
More
excuses.
What did Soji tell you? The Dusk Adders? Oh no, we can't handle them right now.
You
They're part
can't.
of the Lumang Syndicate, a vast criminal organization. Dangerous or not, they still have our gunpowder. We need to rally. Head to our camp northeast of Everdusk and wake everyone up. Gi Bongsa is in charge there. He should help you. Also, we all pitched in together to thank you for your help. You can use these essences on the Wheel of Fate over there. You might win something useful, like a weapon or a soul shield. Watch out.
Actually, yeah, he gives me the potion to do that, so that's good. So if I had the way to unseal this, we'd be good to go. Unfortunately, we don't. All right, he's got facial hair. At least I hope so. Glad that they can leave. We hit level 7. I don't know if we got any new abilities. Nope. Okay, that's fine. Let's see. Found a... Oh, that's right. All right, this is a quest where basically his son died in battle, and he had a golden ring that they never found, so he wants us to find that ring. But disrespecting... something. Oh, this guy again. The Gravekeeper dude. Heard you talking. You would see, I'm not a rich man. Oh, right. He's being basically saying that he's been stealing stuff. We can ignore that. What's happening? Someone corrupt the spirits of the dead and transformed into graveyard remnants. See. Oh, okay. So basically, this person's saying that these remnants are being drawn to something. Like some powerful person died, and their anger is drawing the revenants up. So we need to kill revenants to draw that person, so that we can kill that person. And you'll see how that works. These things are weird. Like, these enemies are strange. Like, when they die, they drop... Like, those little things spawn. And they also drop these little bomb-looking things that you can pick up and then throw. I don't quite understand what the point is. I don't even know what it is that they're supposedly dropping either. Now here's Takashi. This is the guy that we were looking for. Went down like a chump. Alright, got his talisman. Let's just drop this. We don't need this. And what else do we need? What's in this area? Oh, that's right. We needed charms from the bloody Janshi. I forgot all about them. That root didn't last long. That or you resisted it. I didn't see. Get him, kidding. God damn. Whoa. He had a few things. Nice. Sealed stone gauntlet. I presume that is for... Well, I don't know what that is. I think you can find items like just general weapon upgrades, but they're sealed, and you have to unseal them to use them at all. Like, not even just for upgrading. At some point, of course, I'm sure the difficulty will start to go up a bit. Because right now, we're just completely annihilating everything. Let's go on over here. Choi Yum. That's an interesting name you've got there, Choi Yum. Oh, she had more stamina. There's one, damn. Sealed stone sword. I think that like the actual chest drops if they drop something like that's a green item, something like that. Otherwise, it's a little bad. That kind of tells you how good the item is that dropped. All right, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and turn these in real quick. What's his face is not up. If he was, we'd go out killing him real quick to get some more spin and win items. We're gonna hold off on doing any more of those just so we can get a little bit more quest progression. The other items you can get look cool, but they're not necessarily all that useful. Alright, so just giving him the charms. Alright, so let's go to this other camp. The next quest hub. Hover over these trees. I love how you hover and like, how do you hover? Like, how it doesn't even make sense. You can also hit space to do it again. So the way the hovering works, you have to be running, but you jump and then with space and then press space again. And if you press space again, you stop hovering. But if you press space yet again, you start to do the float or wind walk or whatever they call it again. And these things here, if you haven't figured this out already, are these little scroll-looking things. That is like the wind walk sections that we can fast travel to, which I'm not going to for a while at least, because money's pretty tight.
Due to bandit activity, trails are currently closed. Please come by another time. Oh, you look like a tourist. Sorry. What did Yi Gan say? If it's the Dusk Adders, then Su Huan must be involved. She's usually more careful. I've never caught her in the act before. If we act fast, we can get our gunpowder back. Still, we don't have guards to spare. This may be our only chance to get those adders. I'm not a very good fighter, though. I'm no Yi Gan. Perhaps you could help. I doubt they would suspect you. I'll create a diversion, and you'll sneak into the bandit hideout. Thank you. Let's get that gunpowder back. It's about time we showed Su Huan that the Bamboo Guard is no joke. Please, hurry!